Hello, greetings. This is Gilles. I thought I come. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to put those videos online, but I wanted to say to bring you courage, patience, and perseverance in this process of confinement. For this confinement is really maybe more difficult for those people who are confined in small spaces than those who are in big mansion. I envy those who have a private garden right now, because they can still enjoy nature. For it is a lot easier, but. I also want to address a prayer to India. For India is very vulnerable right now, and all of the third world country. Here in New York, in the Western world, we take a lot of things for granted. But all those countries, the confinement may be more difficult to live because of the So it is we want to assist them, send them love and light, and we want to starve the fear. And the fear there is we do not know that yet, but there is astral entities, what we call demons, that nourish themselves from fear. And right now it's a big party for them. We want to starve the fear and cultivate the love. Fear to be courageous. We want to be courageous and patient. But this courage doesn't mean we do not feel the fear. It's just we do not let the fear dominate us. So we want to, whenever there is a fear, we can starve it. We can turn into the spirit within. And for we have completed the 3D program, and now we need to work on a higher plane from a place of love, from a place of integration, from a self-empowerment, to trust, to be seated in your I am presence, and to be receptive to the signs and messages of your higher self and your I am presence. For you are eternal life in form, you are spirit in form, and you are far more than these clay vessels. And this is just a temporal form that we take, and so there is no reason to be afraid. For there's been many catastrophes in the past that we forgot, like the fall of Lemuria, the fall of Atlantis. But even during this civilization, it's always those who stay that have to suffer the most. For when you die, you go back to when we die, we all die many times. And if reincarnation exists, for those who can believe, we've died in hundreds countless time, but we always return to a place of well-being, a place of light, a place of eternal well-being. And so it's always those who stay behind that have to suffer the trauma, who have to suffer the loss, who have to suffer all those things. But we're strong enough; we can take it. We have given ourselves this time to prepare ourselves to lead humanity back into the light, back into this golden age. For there is a great deal of light that will be transmuted this week, coming down from heaven. And so for all those who are willing, for those who are not willing, they will not feel it. But if we are willing, the heart will be upgraded. And so it's much is going on. So I'm going to pull a few cards for understanding the fear, the main problem, the main propagation of this virus. We'll come to realize it is not a natural product. It was created in a laboratory but this will come later on and those responsible. They always they're used to getting away with things, but we're coming to a time where the truth will come out. In any event, I'm not here to talk about this, but the media is the biggest cause of the propagation, because fear is the vehicle. If you hate that, if you fear that, if you oppose that, then we become vulnerable. When you connect to the spirit, you're creating, to have this crystalline structure that your DNA be evolved into a crystalline structure that protects this carbon base inside the carbon base. For we are crystalline, we are not carbon based. It's just a temporary function of the body, and we want to call on the Great Mother, the Great Spirit, so we can dissolve ourselves into that and ask the Mother to download all those antibodies to protect you, and so it is call on that, call on the Spirit, call on God, call on the. For when we worship God, for there is many ways people worship God depending on their belief system. For they all believe that there is my way or the highway, and my way is the only way, when in truth God knows, men believe, but God knows, and it comes from intention. If your intentions are sincere, the more our intentions are sincere, the more we are received by Spirit, and the more we are aligned. So it is not, there is no right or wrong when it comes to loving God and letting go of everything else. For that is really the highest protection, the faith that we have. And but the divine counselor wants to explain that the proper way from a spiritual point of view, there is an order of things. First, we worship God because He is. That's the first reason we need to worship God, without asking anything. The difference between worship and prayer is that when prayer we ask for something. When we worship, we do not ask for anything. And so we worship God because He is, then we worship God because He is within us, and finally we worship God because we exist within Him. And so it is a time that is given and to center, to focus, to tune in to what our dreams are, to what the truth of where we came here, to find fulfillment, to find joy, and everything will pass in time. And so I'm just here to share some ideas, and I don't pretend to hold any truth. I'm very Socratic. The truth I have is that I do not know, only God knows. But being submitted to that understanding, I can receive information from my God self each and every day. And it's been going on for a long time. It is a very personal thing. Everybody has to find this alignment, trust, love yourself, and accept yourself. And it is the key to that ascension, is self-love and self-forgiveness. The highest wisdom is Atlantis. It is the re-emergence of the understanding of wholeness. For Atlantis was a very advanced civilization, although it was a physical civilization. What we need to understand, so this is the highest wisdom, what we need to understand is a figure of authority. We need to become a figure of authority. You're already a figure of authority on yourself. Do not let anybody tell you who you are. You don't have to comply to everybody else's beliefs, and just be true to yourself. To sign on self, be true. And from there, things will unfold, and then you can, once you become dominant over your ego, this devil, the false self, the illusion self, then you become an authority over your life. Then life will follow that flow with you. What we need to do is the Amerindian. I know I will return soon to America. I'm really looking forward. I send my love and light to everyone in America. For it is a country that I love. I love the people. I've lived 20 years there. But this understanding is also it was the land of the brave, the land of the free. But it's actually it is an ideal of the Garden of Eden, made of all culture. Everything is made of immigration, and the American people are all migrant originally. Then the Indians were there first. They migrated from Asia, and they long time ago, and so they were the guardian of that land, and then they were depossessed a little bit. But it's about reconnecting to for the Indians, who were very ecologically centered. They were peaceful. We had had a few lives also with them, and so it's about living in a circle, understanding the power of the circle, the power of living in harmony with nature and the environment. And the outcome is the Greco-Roman. We're going to come into realization of great power. Right now, we can call on Igea, the goddess Igea, the name, which is about the prevention of. Or Panacea will also be more influential in the future. She's the one who knows all the secrets of the plants to heal. Or Asclepius, is their father. Or Chiron, the great Centaur, who was the inventor of medicine. And so that we can connect to those forces in heaven, and they will assist us. There is countless civilization, very advanced civilization, that are willing and able to assist us. We just need to ask. And so there is for I'm talking to you here like mature spiritual beings, and because we want to move into a mature civilization, and right now this situation is creating every problem will be put on the table, so that we can fix them. Also, we can adjust our. We can adjust for this pathogen has no right to enter your field, no right to enter your life, just as fear has no right to enter into your consciousness or into. So it's about reprogramming the mind, but allowing the higher spiritual forces of the universe to attune us to like a tune. And so the paintings behind me, this is a portrait of the Great Mother, the Sophia. It's symbolic painting of Sophia, the Great Mother. And this is a painting of Pierre Bonnard, which is a painter. I think it's quite finished. It's for the paintings are finished. For Bonnard, paintings are never finished, and that's the saying of it. I love Bonnard, and I'm doing this series of portraits of the great masters of painting. And this is a cosmic painting. It's a spiral. It's symbolic of the Milky Way galaxy. And when I did it, I looked at it was just, it was made very spontaneously, but when I look at the photo, infrared photo of the center of the galaxy, it's got somewhat of the same similar shape from what we perceive. So it's quite, and there is some musical notes that appeared, and it's quite a magical painting. I really like it. I was going to sing a song, but then this other song this morning imposed itself on my mind, and so I'm going to sing it. It's called Angel. Angel come down from heaven yesterday. She stayed with me just long enough to rescue me. And she tell me a story yesterday about the love between the moon and a deep blue sea. And when it was time for her to go, she spread a wing high over me. And she say, I shall return tomorrow. And I say, fly on, my sweet angel. Fly on through the sky. Fly on, my sweet angel. Tomorrow I will feel you by my side. And sure enough, this morning comes to me, where silver wings silhouette against the glow of a child's sunrise. And as the bluebirds and sparrow envy me, she say, I love you, little boy, and today you shall fly. She kissed me once, and the feeling so good she made me cry. And now we fly together. And I say, fly on, my sweet angel. Fly on through the sky. Fly on, my sweet angel. Together we shall always be alive. Great song from Jimi Hendrix. It's about the eternal nature of sex. The angels are here to remind us of that, and so connect to your angel, call on your angels, for they are divine beings. They are fun, they are light, they are full of humor, full of understanding, and they are also possessors of great wisdom. They are the hands of God in the physical, although they're completely invisible. They exist on all dimensions, on the antimatter universe, all the way back to paradise. They do exist, they do operate. For they started operating as the ascension process started. There was no need for ministry before that, but now they're here, and they are a force on which we can count on. So the card of the day for final is the equitable being. It's about balance, it's about integrity, it's about finding the justice, divine justice. So submit yourself, let God judge, do not judge, but find this balance as much as possible, and allow yourself to starve your fear and to connect to the light, and focus on your dream, focus on what you really want as an outcome of that. We are given this time, this chance to evaluate the many things within our life, so they will pass. Sometimes I feel like the key is to love yourself and to accept yourself and to forgive yourself. So it's not easy to do that, because when our past comes back, we see many reasons why not to love ourselves, not to forgive ourselves, or not to accept ourselves. But it's about accepting that in order to release it and move into something new. Well, thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.